So I'll start with your first question. Of course, we signed the peace accord in Osun State precisely on the 30th of July, just before the elections. But we want to say that the peace accord is not a magic wand. It doesn't completely exonerate other institutions of their responsibilities. What we do with the peace accord is to remind people that these provisions of the law need to be respected ahead of the elections. But then there's a place for active citizenry. There's a place for political parties. There's a place for the election management body and the security agencies. But what we can tell you with the peace accord was, on the eve of the peace accord, there were arrests made in Osun of the members of the Accord Party. And before that, one of the major issues was also the security sector neutrality. And once we signed the peace accord, at the very high level of the police, the IG deployed an extra commissioner of police to make sure that, okay, these accusations on the police, we need to sort it out. And those were parts of the impact of the peace accord that was signed in Osun, just to make sure that where the highest tension was with the security sector, and they had to do something about it. They had to just readjust whatever they were doing to make sure that they are now seen to be responsible and conducting the elections properly. The second question, the absence of the president. As I mentioned earlier, the APC was represented by the national chairman. ADC was also represented, even though the candidate himself wasn't there and the party chairman was not there, but they were ably represented. And so we want to say that the party has committed, whether in person or collectively as represented by the party chairman, what is important is they are now accountable to the law. And regardless of the signing of the peace accord, the law has always been in existence. All we're doing is setting a reminder so that you did not come to sign the peace accord doesn't mean that the full weight of the law cannot be applied to you. It would have been important for the optics if the president showed up. But regardless, every Nigerian is equal before the law, and with the peace accord, we do not play preferential treatment. All candidates are treated equally. They all sit on the same rows, so it's not a matter of this particular candidate is more important than the other.